Yeah, hello all. So today we will do a question based on arithmetic progression, and it's a very common type of question, but we will be solving the question with three different style. So the question is popular usage in NCERT, PYQ, JEE Mains, CBSE everywhere. So what is the question? The question is if Sn is 5n square plus 6n. You also keep writing, don't stare at the screen only. If Sn is 5n square plus 6n, you have to find what is Tn. So what is Sn? So Sn meaning the sum of first n terms of an AP. The sum of first n terms of an AP. So we will do this using three different methods. So method 1 is the easiest one. So Sn meaning sum of n terms of an AP. So let's say this is 5n square plus 6n. So if you drop n as 1, you'll get S1, which is 5 into 1 square plus 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. So S1 meaning sum of one term. If you take n as 2, you will get S2 equal to 5 into 2 square plus 6 into 2, which is how much? 20 plus 12, which is 32. So S2 meaning sum of two terms. So sum of two term is 32. So what do you mean by sum of two terms? If you break it down in your mind, sum of Sn meaning sum of first n terms. S1 meaning sum of first one term, which means your first term itself is 11. So in the AP style notation, A is 11. S2, read what do you mean by Sn? Sn meaning the sum of first n terms. S2 meaning sum of first two terms. Sum of first two term. So T1 meaning first term, T2 meaning second term. Sum of first two term is 32. So what will be your second term? 32 minus T1. T1 is the first term, which is 11. So this gives you 21. So your second term is 21. Now you already know it's an AP because your syllabus has AP till 10th grade. So you know the first term is 11 and the second term is 21. You know it's an AP. You already know. Suppose in higher grades you don't know this sequence is an AP or not, so you have to write minimum 3 terms to conclude. Just by taking 2 terms you can't comment it's an AP. So if you look at this question, so what did you get? You got your first term as 11 and second term is 21. So we know it's an AP. So if you know this is an AP, in AP the common difference remains constant. So what is the difference between these two terms? Difference is 21 minus 11, which is 10. So you have figured it out. A is 11, D is 10. So what will your nth term be? Nth term formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. You put these values 11 plus n minus 1 into 10. And now you simplify. And what's the answer? Simplify. It is 10n plus 1. So this is nth term of this AP. If Sn is this, your answer is nth term is 10n plus 1. So this is one fundamental way to solve it. Now we'll do method 2. So what is method 2? Method 2 is a method which will help you not only in questions related to AP but GP or any different kind of sequence going further. So what is the underlying principle here? You try to think if there are 7 things kept in front of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 things kept in front of you. And you want to select or pick out only the last term. Okay. You want to take out the last thing. So if there are 7 things kept in front of you, you want only the last one. What will you do? Your strategy would be to kick the first 6 terms, right? So if you're kicking the first 6 terms, you're left with the last term. Last term as in the nth term. If in a sequence, if there are n terms. So you try to think if this is my last term. So last term, I'm calling it with Tn. If that is the last term. So what you are doing? S7 meaning sum of first 7 terms. So sum of first 7 terms. From sum of first 7 terms, if you kick out sum of first 6 terms, so you are knocking this fellows out. So if you knock these 6 out, you will be left with the last term, right? Which is the T7 in this situation because that is the 7th term. So we'll bring the same analogy here. Now you think in total there are n terms. In total there are n terms. In total there are n dots. You want the nth term. So what's the plan? If you want the nth term from Sn, Sn, when I talk about Sn, your mind is interpreting sum of first n terms. If you remove sum of first n minus 1 terms, relate with this. From sum of 7 terms, if you remove sum of first 6 terms. From sum of n terms, if you remove sum of n minus 1 term, you'll get the nth term. And there you go. So what is Sn already given, sir? 5n square plus 6n. Sn minus 1. So n minus 1 meaning in place of n, you're replacing n minus 1. So 5 n minus 1. Wherever you see n, drop n minus 1. And this is 5 into a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 6n minus 6. So you simplify this. This is 5n square minus 10n plus 6n minus 4n and plus 5 minus 1 minus 1. This is your Sn minus 1. And now what you have to do? You have to be more energetic, and Tn is Sn minus Sn minus 1. What's Sn? 5n square plus 6n minus 5n square minus 4n minus 1. So 5n square is leaving, con, plus 6n minus of minus 4n, plus 4n, 6n plus 4n, 10n. I ate few steps here. Minus minus plus 1. So 10n plus 1. So if you see method 1 also, check your answer. You might have got to the same answer, 10n plus 1. So this is pretty easy, direct, brainless method, I would say, but understanding is useful. So it's like from sum of n terms, if you remove sum of n minus 1 terms, you're going to the nth term. So method 3 is, you see, you know the formula of sum of n terms of an AP. That is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. If you rearrange it slightly more, this is n by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d. So if you look at this more closely, this is a plus n minus 1 into d is your nth term only. So this is the formula for sum of n terms of an AP. Now you try to think why I have written this and how I am planning to use it. So this is our theory for the question. Not theory as in, like, this is the mind map which we'll be trying to follow. Okay. So if you have thought about it, let's get started. So you see Sn is 5n square plus 6n. Let's see this. First you have n outside. So can we drag outside n? So you pull n. So you pull n and you pop 5n plus 6. Next n you can check. 2 is missing. So if 2 is missing, what you do? Where is 2 missing? 2 is missing below n. So you have to divide. If you have to divide, you'll multiply to balance it out. So divide by 2 and multiply by 2. So 2 is being multiplied to both the terms. I'm not writing all those. That is your task. Plus 12. Divide and multiply by 2. So the equations are equivalent. Both are same. Now what's the next profile? The next profile, man, is you want n minus 1 into d. 10 is multiplied with n. You want 10 into n minus 1. What mathematical operation you should do so that it starts looking like 10n minus 1? Should you add something? Should you subtract something? Should you divide something? Should you multiply something? Or some different operator altogether? Take your time. Okay, if you've thought about it, obviously if you have 10n minus or something, we would think of subtracting. So let's subtract. But subtract what? Subtract what? Subtract what? If you're able to think, you're on the good track. Subtract what? So that you can take 10 and it's looking like n minus 1, subtract 10. If you subtract, will you hold there? No, because if you are subtracting, you will also add to balance the things. So this is, so far it's here. Now you see what you have got. This is n by 2 multiplied with, this was my formula, right? So I'm relating here. A plus n minus 1 into d, right? So now you see what is happening. If you take 10 common, this is n minus 1 plus 10 plus 12. How much is this going to? 22. This is going to 22. So your final thing is n by 2 multiplied with 22 plus n minus 1 into d. Hold on. Why I directly didn't manipulate from here and I have gone here first. First you try to see, then only you'll be able to understand. First I got it in this format. So it's exactly matching here, right? So it's exactly going and hitting this. So you can see it's exactly matching. The only thing is you need 2a. So 2a is 22. So your a is 11 and n minus 1 into d. I'm just comparing n minus 1 into d looks like n minus 1 into 10. So your common difference is 10. So if you check from the previous two videos, you might have got to the same answer, which is a equal to 11 and d is 10. Now from here you try to see what you can manipulate directly. N by 2, 2a is 22, right? 2a, you're breaking a plus a. So 22 splitwise into different blocks. 11 plus 11 plus n minus 1 into 10. And now you see the mind map. So can you map? Let's start the train. And this one will be mapped with, so not cut anywhere. Oh, sorry. And you see you are here and a part of it. So if you compare, this is matching with this. So your nth term is 11 plus n minus 1 into 10. So if you simplify, you have 10n plus 1. Got it. So this is the same question, like if Sn is given, how to get Tn. Method 1, simply you will directly plug the values what we did. That was method 1. If you can recall, this was method 1. Directly put the values. We got 10n plus 1. Then we did method 2, where Sn minus 1. Same stuff. Method 3 today. Same stuff. There is one more method. If you want, you can let me know. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.